So Discmania pretty much came crawling back to me.
There's 3 keys to disc golf: driving, approaching, and putting. You need all 3 to do this sport.
So some of you guys may have seen this video from a few weeks back, kind of me calling out Discmania. Swing. Oh. Drop. Come on. Oh. And if you didn't watch that video, well, basically a while back, Discmania said they're gonna send me some Frisbees, and they never did. They never showed up. So, you know, I had to make a video calling them out. And what do you know? A few weeks later, my mom texts me, actually, and she says, hey, I got a box of Frisbees here. It says Discmania. And I go, oh, really? Crazy timing. A few days after that video goes live, and unfortunately it had been so long since they originally said they were going to send me some stuff. That was my mom's address back in Minnesota. Now I'm in Arizona, so my mom, she had to go all the way to the post office, spend $16 to ship these discs down here to me in Arizona. And for the last week or so, I've been wondering, like, oh, what did they send? What's coming my way? Hopefully some FD1s, because if you saw the original video, you know, that's what they're gonna send. And what do you know? The guys over at Discmania, they came through. They sent me an S-line FD1, a first run C-line, which this is one of my like newer favorite discs. The old Skywalker, shout out to the boy Casey White. The D-line FD, which this is gonna be a fun one to like beat up and see what you can kind of, you know, hyzer flip lines and shit. And then the Flex 1 Rainmaker. But where they really came through was the letter that they sent. Now, you know, most of the time, I feel like a company would just like send out discs. Maybe they have a letter they just print off for everyone, but no, not Discmania. So here's the letter. It says Happy Halloween, bunch of other stuff about the Halloween stuff, but not really important. P.S. We included a few FD1 on us for losing track. But if you look really close, right here, what does that say? Handshake emoji in parentheses. And that is where Discmania won me back over. So obviously I'm not a complete dick. The whole original video was kind of a joke. Shout out Discmania. But anyways, if you haven't kind of picked up on it, we're just gonna be testing out these new Discmania discs. FD1 is a disc that I was bagging for a while. It hasn't been in the bag as of late because the one I had was just like super beat up and kind of flew more like my Eagle. But now that we got some freshies, might slide one back in there, you know? The C-line is kind of the one that I know is like my money maker. It's gonna be the most beefy. Try this on a sidearm here. We do have a headwind. Holds up to the headwind. Beauty. The S-line I have not tried, and the new Discmania original stuff, the S-line is usually their flippiest one, so I'm excited to see how this flies. I'm actually gonna throw this S-line on a backhand here, not really aiming at the basket, just wanna see how it holds up to this heady. Nothing too much, but yeah. So if you're unfamiliar with the new Discmania FD1, I consider it to be, out of the new Discmania originals, I think it's their best disc. I think it's the one they kind of hit right on the head. I would call it the closest thing to like those old good Eagles before the stock Eagle became the shittiest disc on the planet with like more pop top than a fucking UFO Star Destroyer, I guess. The FD1 is gonna fall, I think, into the category of those money Eagles, and that's why I like it a lot. It kind of gives you an option for like, hey, these are available everywhere. I can get one anytime I want, instead of, you know, searching the Innova collectors page for these Eagles that are gonna cost you a fortune. That's one reason I'm excited to try the old S-line here, because sometimes you're playing a course with a lot of water down here in Arizona. We got Fountain Hills, Vista del Camino, a lot of water, a lot of opportunities to lose your Frisbee. And if I could put something like an S-line FD1 that is easily replaceable in the bag instead of like my go-to old Innova Eagles, well, this would be great to have, because then if I lose one, it's like, well, that sucks, but you can just go get a new one. You know, mine and Discmania's relationship, it started off a little bit rocky. I think I can finally forgive them, close this chapter, end the beef, but only if I make this putt. Oh God, heady. So this new Flex 1 Rainmaker feels pretty solid, nice and soft, maybe a little too soft for my liking, but I could see how if you were in a cold state where it was 40 degrees, you might love this thing. I would call this maybe a better thrower than putter for myself, just because I feel like as a thrower, this would be a good Frisbee to just kind of hit and stick, whereas for putting, a little too much give in the flight plate for me. This hole's probably too far for the amount of juice I got on me right now, so we're just gonna throw this flat, kind of see how it flies. You know, I've never thrown a Rainmaker much, but I gotta assume they must be flippier than a P2, because I know it's a different mold now. It's not just like the Discmania P2 with the Eagle McMahon stamp. It's a whole different disc. The new reinvented P2s are a little bit of a deeper disc. And the ones that I've thrown, mainly just the Casey White stamp from probably over a year ago now, those were beefcakes. Just maybe it'll fly like an old beat up Innova P2, but right out of the box, which is exactly what I'd be looking for. Oh. There's the Flex. Parked. C-Line FD1. This thing's probably going straight in the bag just because I've been needing a fresh one of these. But I'd really like to figure out the stability of this S-Line, because I really think having the stable one and then, you know, the flippier one to complement exactly how I like to set up my bag. So we got to figure this one out. If you saw my last video, I took cage on this hole. We're gonna see if we can do it here. FD is kind of like an all-time GOAT fairway. Ooh. We're gonna actually try and like not flip them up, because I don't think I am doing that right now very well. And just put them on like a bigger hyzer. Get down. Drop, 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 drop. Oh. Oh, I like that a lot. The wind's gonna carry it. Come on. Oh. Skywalker! Oh, that's ass. I think this is officially the hole that, like, while I'm in Arizona, if I don't get an ace on this, I don't know what to tell you. I'm a big advocate for like OB having to be more than half a foot away from the basket, so. The FD1's a very good flex disc. The stability of these things I just think works so well for, like, you can hit them, they're gonna turn and push, but they got that reliable fade at the end. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's trying to get a little more height here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oof. Also, guys, I may or may not have a bunch of new hats and merch listed below. First link in the description. Check them out if you want. A lot of cool stuff like this. S-Line. This one was money. Let's go. Definitely gonna like revisit all my FD1s and definitely gonna put one back in the bag. Oh, she hung on. We got 5 discs. If we don't ace, I officially suck. No. Hook. Swing. Oh yeah. Oh, a little deep. I like that if it drops. And it's not gonna drop. Into the tree route. I like it. Nope. All Discmania. I'm glad we could finally settle our beef. You know, I forgive you guys. It's fine. No hard feelings. If you want to send me any more goodies, I know you guys got some good stuff coming out soon here. A little birdie told me that. I'll slide into your DMs. I'll send you my new updated address. Well, guys, thanks for watching. We will see you in the next one.
I remember all them winters, drinking Woodford till we drowned.
This is 500 feet. Pro.
We hear word about the party.
It's about 400 feet right there, guys. Let me show you another driving technique.